Somewhere on the far side of the path and right to the Pointer Forest, a royal servant from the Heart's Kingdom, a fish-head footman, was talking to the frog-headed messenger about the food he was going to deliver at the king's party. I could have sworn I had 30 cherry danishes in the box, the fish footman said to the frog messenger. Then I got slapped in the back, and then I turned and looked at the box again, and there were only 20 danishes in it now. You probably got tricked by the Cheshire Yapper again. Cheshire Yapper? Frog Master rolled the eyes. Cheshire Yapper? The fish footman couldn't believe it. You still believe in those stories about the dog-cat thing that turns invisible just to trick people? And right where the two animal-headed men started arguing, a tree branch started to bend backwards, and it snapped back and smacked the fish footman. The two looked at the tree and saw the branches moving and were about to grab them. The tree's alive! The fish footman cried. Let's get out of here! The frog messenger added as they jumped into the motorcycle and drove off to the Heart's Kingdom. When the fish footman and frog messenger were out of sight, and up in the tree canopy there was a wide, toothy grin with no face or body. What a couple of suckers, the grin said. But it turns out the grin did have a face and body, as they all appeared all ghostly-like. The face and the body belonged to none other than the Cheshire Yapper. The Cheshire Yapper is a black furry creature that looks just like one of the Warner siblings, only he had a gray tiger stripes on him, with a pair of pants that were different pattern on his fur, and two whiskers on each end of each of his cheeks. Cheshire Yapper pulled out one of the cherry danishes he took in his pocket and ate it. Next time, they should tell the baker to add more frosting on them, he said after eating the last piece of it. Then the Cheshire Yapper turned onto the other side and spotted Kikko walking down the path and looking around the place. Hello, nurse, he said. Now, there's some entertainment for me. The Cheshire Yapper turned invisible again and started crawling down the tree. Kikko walked up in the direction sign to find out the way which way she should go to find her way back home. When she was looking at the signs, the Cheshire Yapper was stalking his way up to Kikko. There are a lot of more signs on that pole than there are pieces of hair on Scratch-a-Sniff's head, Kikko said as she looks at the signs. I think I might take the road down yonder. The Cheshire Yapper turned visible and said, I wouldn't go that way, dollface. Yakko turned and gasped. Kikko turned and gasped. Yakko? Wrong answer, but you're close, Cheshire Yapper replied. You're definitely not Yakko, Kikko said as she looked at the Cheshire Yapper carefully. Yakko never had any whiskers or stripes on him. I'm the Cheshire Yapper, in case you'd want to know, the Cheshire Yapper said to Kikko. Okay, Cheshire Yapper, said Kikko. If I can't go down yonder path, which path should I take then? It depends on the good quality on where you want to get to, smirked the Cheshire Yapper, unless you want to get lost with me. Kikko started to move a bit and said, I didn't want to get lost here. And Cheshire Yapper teleported himself in front of Kikko and said, Then you might as well trust me, 'cause I know all the directions here. You seriously know all of them? Kikko asked. Then the Cheshire Yapper appeared behind her. Sure, he said. I know every turn, hill, path, detour, and curve on the paths. Then can you show me which path to take me to in the small door so I can go home? Kikko asked, but the Cheshire Yapper disappeared as she turned. I don't know any small doors here, Toots. The Cheshire Yapper appeared behind Kikko again. Enough with your Beetlejuice tricks, said Kikko, looking all mad. I'm just trying to find my way home. Okay, the Cheshire Yapper said to Kikko as he jumped on top of the sign pole. I may not know where the small door is, but I do know two people who have been to the small door before. You can go northwest and ask the really Mad Hatter, or you can go southeast and ask the March Hare. But of course he's mad too. When you mean mad, Kikko asked, do you mean mad as in angry or mad crazy? Mad crazy, answered the Cheshire Yapper. Then mostly everyone's mad here. They're mad, I'm mad, you're mad, we're all mad. How do you mean I'm mad? Kikko asked again. Well, I can tell you're mad in two different ways. You're mad as in mad crazy, and by the look of it, I'd say you're mad about me. But Kikko blushed for a moment and started to walk away backwards slowly. I better get going, all right? She said, turning around and run southeast to the March Hare's house. To the audience, I love it when they play coy, smiles and starts to vanish. Wow. Never expected a love thing between the Cheshire Cat and Alice, because that's not how it goes. Well, let's just go in the description anyway. Steady, and even though I cast a Yakko as the Cheshire Cat and Kikko as Alice, I'm not a Cheshire Cat x Alex shipper. Oh, thank goodness. Because I don't remember seeing any hint between them. I don't think anyone had a crush on Alex except for the brain-dead flamingo with the funny laugh in the Disney version. In the Disney version, Alice must hate the Cheshire Cat now because it was all his fault for getting Alice into trouble with the Queen of Hearts. Well, good points, but hey, Yakko actually fits the bill for the Cheshire Cat, so yeah, that's, I guess, well, let's just move on. Later, Kikko arrived at the path to the March Hare's house. As she approached closer, Kikko began to hear music and an irresistible smell of lemon-lime cola. Kikko peeked at the garden gate and saw the really Mad Hatter and the March Hare jamming to the music. The teapots and kettles were making and drinking some drinking tea. The really Mad Hatter, who is a short, black, furry guy that looked just like Wacko, with a giant hat on his head instead of a red baseball cap, with a sign that says $5.25. While the March Hare was a really tall, orange, furry guy that looked similar to Loki, with rabbit ears, whiskers, and buck teeth. Wait, who is Loki? Let me look that up quickly. Loki. Well, looking at all these, the picture of all the characters on here, I can assume that must be Loki. Never heard of him, but let's just move on. You know, guys, do you think this is a cool way to advertise the story? I'm getting off topic. Let's just move on. And when the music and on the teapots and kettles stopped, the really Mad Hatter picked up one of them. Now, what song do you want to listen to next on the teapot? He asked the March Hare. Then a little gray mouse popped out of one of the other teacup pots and said, "How about we listen to one of the nursery rhymes?" "Oh, please, no," the March Hare disagreed with anger. "Anything but stupid nursery rhymes or any romantic songs. Then still got the spring fever and you're designed for a girl, aren't you? Asked the mouse. Hey, I can't help it. I can't help it. I'm a March hare. It's in my nature, and it's been lonely ever since the gray rabbit banned us from his mansion and kept all the women to himself. Gray March hare said to the mouse, and even though he's orange, but yeah. Calm down, old pal. You'll find a girl one day, said the really Mad Hatter. Oh, that's easy for you to say, 'cause you have a girl of your own, March Hare said to the really Mad Hatter. If I don't see a female around here, I'm gonna kill myself. Kikko approached the table and asked the two chatting friends. Excuse me, Kikko asked. Is it okay if I join you guys here? The really Mad Hatter and March Hare turned to see Kikko, and March Hare started to go all Tex Avery Wolf crazy and have a nosebleed for being excited that a girl is at a table. You know, this actually brings me to a funny joke that I'd like to add. From after remembering Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Tell me, Eddie, is that a rabbit in your pocket or you just happen to see me?
Yeah, I know, right? Anyway, sure you can, love, said the really mad... No, wait, that's not how he said it. Oh, sure you can, love. Sure you can. That sounds too country. I'm trying to do try Liverpool. Oh, sure you can, love. Said the really Mad Hatter to Kikko. Yes, please join in, the March Hare added with excitement. The mouse popped out of his teacup and said, No, she can't join, there's no room here. But there are 80 empty chairs here, so there's plenty of room, corrected the mouse. No, there isn't, the mouse replied. The people in those empty chairs are my imaginary friends, and I forbid you to sit on either one of them. If you did, The really Mad Hatter pulled the mouse's tail and put him back in his teapot. Pay no attention to the sneeze mouse, said the really Mad Hatter. He's just a kid. I'm the really Mad Hatter, he shook Kikko's hand. And I'm the March Hare, the March Hare said as he takes Kikko's hand and kisses it. Charming, said Kikko as she pulled her hand out. I'm Kikko. What brings you here? What brings you here, Kikko? Asked the really Mad Hatter. Well, I came here to ask you a few things, Kikko answered. Like ask me for a date, said the March Hare. No, Peter Cottontail, Kikko responded. I'll tell you what I've been through today so you'll understand. Then she began to tell her story after the March Hare gave her a cup of tea. After a few minutes of it, I see, said the really Mad Hatter. And about the small door, the small door happens to be somewhere in the Heart's Kingdom castle. Heart's Kingdom? Said Kikko. That reminds me, along my way, I kept on hearing about the King of Hearts having a party there. Is it his birthday today? No, it's his unbirthday today, March Hare answered. Unbirthday? Kikko asked, and started drinking her tea. It's one of the 364 days when it ain't your birthday today, but you get presents on one of those days. So it's an any day celebration? Kikko questioned. Precisely, nodded the really Mad Hatter. What do you do at parties? Kikko asked for a third time. We either lie for them or we crash them, the sneeze mouse said as he pops out of his teapot. And we mostly like to dance and sing songs, tell jokes, or do silly rhymes. Silly rhymes? Said the sneeze mouse. Tell me one. Oh, sure, said the sneeze mouse. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder where you're at. Oh, here's my favorite. The really Mad Hatter jumped in and said his own version. Twinkle, twinkle, little skunk, how I wonder how you got drunk. Oh, my turn, the March Hare said lastly. Twinkle, twinkle, little ant, how I wonder how you got in my pants. Oh my god, this is so funny. I gotta admit, you guys are funny. March Hare moved closer to Kikko and asked with a perverted face, do you find sense of humor very sexy? Don't push it, Casanova, Kikko said to the March Hare. You just met me. Thanks for your help. I'll see you at the king's party. Kikko waved goodbye to her new friends and started to continue her journey back home. I think she likes me, the March Hare sighed. The Sneeze Mouse whispered to the really Mad Hatter, he's pathetic, isn't he? The really Mad Hatter nodded to what the Sneeze Mouse said.